Hey humans, what's up? So it's been a while since I've done any kind of vlog or real video, so I thought I'd come back with something that's been requested quite a bit, and that would be another Haunted Malta video. So I was remembering one story that I heard about quite a while ago, and I took to Google to try and find some more about it, which wasn't hard at all. There's tons and tons and tons about this one. So many of you might be familiar with the Krampus legend. In Malta, they have a legend which is very similar, except it's not called Krampus, it's called Il Gaugau. At least I think that's how you pronounce it, I might be wrong. Now this ghost or boogeyman or character is described as a slimy gray boogeyman in many articles online. So I'm gonna read something off of the Maliha.com website that has a section dedicated to legends in Malta. In the past, December 24th was considered a most unfavorable day for birth. According to a superstitious belief which lingered on among the Maltese up to the end of the 19th century, persons who were born on Christmas Eve were to be transformed into a ghost called Il Gaugau. This had to happen only once a year on this day, while these persons were asleep. In the form of a Gaugau, they wandered about frightening people with their groaning. Children were told that if they misbehaved, the Gaugau would kidnap them and take them far, far away in a distant land, where they would die of hunger and loneliness. Just by reading this one description, the Krampus legend instantly rang a bell for me. And especially if you're a fan of the TV show Grimm, they did a portion on it, I think it was last year? I might be wrong. It was a while ago. But they did a portion on Krampus, and this is exactly how they described him. Unless I'm remembering wrong, but that's what I remember. I'm just gonna Google Krampus and read the first thing that comes up. Krampus is a horned, anthropomorphic folklore figure described as half goat, half demon, who during the Christmas season punishes children who have misbehaved, in contrast with St. Nicholas, who rewards the well-behaved with gifts. I remember seeing a YouTube video a really long time ago. I was just kind of messing around trying to find Maltese YouTubers, and this one person had recorded, I think it was either their father or grandfather, somebody they were related to, talking about a boogeyman, and this boogeyman was called Il Gaugau. They said something about it standing at the end of their beds and following outside of their house, staring into windows. And if I'm remembering correctly, because I couldn't find this video again, I mean it was a really long time ago, the person telling the story, it was all said in Maltese, but the person telling the story said something about the family moving, and then a while later he saw the same gray lizard-like thing standing outside his window. After seeing that video, I remember trying to find as much information on this as possible, and I found one thing that said something about boogeymen originating from Malta, and I thought that was pretty interesting. I'm gonna try and see if I can find something like that again. There's a whole Wikipedia article called Boogeyman, and in the first description portion it actually says Malta and refers to it as Gaugau, a gray, slimy creature, roamed the streets at night. Really wild. The boogeyman is a nickname for the devil. There are so many. This exact same boogeyman legend runs through Germany, Norway, Hungary, Russia, Latvia, Poland, Romania, Italy, so many places. I think the boogeyman is potentially the most popular legend or myth or story that, anybody has ever heard of. Okay, I found it. Gaugau was a gray, slimy creature that roamed the streets at night. It could smell a person's guilt and enter their homes through cracks by extending and contracting its snail-like body. Once it was inside their rooms, it would flash them a ghastly grin with its huge, toothless mouth, scaring them witless. Yeah, I would say if a slimy gray creature was smiling at me, I'd be pretty freaked out too. I know there was another story that I heard also quite a while ago around the same time I was looking up this kind of stuff where this man was experiencing some weird stuff going on within his house, and just everywhere he was just having paranormal stuff happen to him. He happened to be hearing stuff that was out of the usual, that was out of the norm. Late at night, he got up and went outside, and he saw these gigantic red creatures with really long tails carrying enormous cinder blocks on their back. And if you know the architecture in Malta, it's all like limestone and giant, really big bricks that, you know, people can't pick up themselves. I mean, they'd probably be crushed if they tried to lift something up over them like that. But he said he saw these creatures just carrying it and building something. And then the next day, this enormous building just kind of appeared and nobody knew how it got there and nobody saw anything except for him. Let's see if I can find that one. The large stone temple structures on Malta, built of limestone. All kinds of legends about lizards and serpents. Okay, there's actually, this was actually a little too easy to find, which is kind of scary. The Devil's Farmhouse, Malta inside and out. Okay, hold on. The legend of the farmhouse the devils built. The devils were all around me as a child. Okay, so this story takes place in Melilla. Oh, so this is the exact same story except it's told by someone else. I'm gonna read the part that I know. I could see the devils working hard at night, cutting the big boulders, carrying them on their shoulders, and building the farmhouse. I had no doubts whatsoever that the devils, which looked like black and red lizards walking upright on their hind legs, dragging their long tail behind them, were very strong and could do whatever they liked, including building a large farmhouse in one night. Wow, I can't believe I actually found that one. And there's a ton on it. The Devil's Farmhouse. Il Razetta Shaitan. That's what it's called in Maltese. It translates to the Devil's Farmhouse. There's even a Wikipedia article on it. Okay, let's click it. 18th century farmhouse built in Melilla overnight by the devils. Horse riding school, stables, named for the devil, built out of limestone, 1 floor, Melilla, Malta. Devil's Farmhouse was built in the 18th century during the Order of St. John to be used as a horse stable. It's found in the area known as Taranda, very close to Tazambreta's cave. Stands away from urban development, it's in isolation. Attributed to the farmhouse is a Maltese myth. The farmhouse was built by the devil, or devils. This says in 1 day or in 3 days. Every other article I see just says overnight, or maybe people just noticed it the next day because it was out of the way. I don't know. There is also a traditional carnival song that mentions Taranda and the devil. The song is named Il Carnaval. Goes to say as the following. Ashil lume carnaval, ashil festa ta shaitan, shaitan irite canta, andu denbu das taranda. Okay, that translates to, because today is the carnival, because it is the feast of the devil, before the devil wants to sing, his tail is as big as Taranda. Taranda is an area in Malta that's actually found very close, as listed in here, to the farmhouse that was built. Okay, well, I hope that was entertaining for you. Feel free to leave a comment and let me know what you thought of this video. I'm a little surprised at how easy everything I talked about in this video is to find, and there's so many stories online of these same events. Thank you for watching. Until next time, humans.